The life and teachings of Rishi Gautama, the founder of Nyaya philosophy. Rishi Gautama, also known as Aksapta Gautama, was a revered sage of ancient India and the founder of Nyaya philosophy, one of the 6 classical schools of Hindu thought. His teachings laid the foundation for logic, epistemology, theory of knowledge, and structured debate in Indian philosophy. Through the Nyaya Sutras, he established a systematic approach to understanding truth, knowledge, and the nature of reality. This is the detailed story of Rishi Gautama, his life, philosophy, and legacy. The early life of Rishi Gautama. The exact birth details of Rishi Gautama remain unknown, but he is believed to have lived around the 6th century BCE. He was part of the Vedic tradition, which emphasized deep study, contemplation, and the pursuit of wisdom. Unlike other sages who focused solely on meditation and spiritual practices, Gautama was drawn to the power of reasoning and logical inquiry. He observed that truth and knowledge must be established through proof and structured thought rather than just faith or intuition. Through years of contemplation, he developed a philosophical system that provided a logical framework for acquiring and verifying knowledge, which became known as Nyaya, the science of logic. The birth of Nyaya philosophy. Nyaya means justice, rule, or method. Rishi Gautama introduced it as a system of logical reasoning and structured argumentation to establish truth. His teachings are compiled in the Nyaya Sutras, a foundational text containing 528 aphorisms, sutras, divided into 5 books. These sutras form the basis of Indian logic and epistemology. According to Nyaya, there are 4 valid means of gaining knowledge, pramanas. Perception, pratyaksha knowledge acquired through direct sensory experience. Inference, anumana logical conclusions drawn from observed patterns and reasoning. Comparison, upmana understanding something by comparing it with a known entity. Testimony, shabda knowledge obtained from reliable scriptures or enlightened teachers. These methods ensure that knowledge is verified through logic and analysis, rather than personal belief or assumptions. Core concepts of Nyaya philosophy. 1. The nature of knowledge and truth. Nyaya emphasizes that knowledge is valid only when it corresponds to reality. False knowledge leads to illusion, suffering, and ignorance, while true knowledge leads to wisdom and liberation, moksha. 2. The role of logic in debate and decision-making. Rishi Gautama structured 3 types of debates. Vada, constructive debate, a discussion aimed at discovering the truth. Jalpa, contentious argument, a debate focused on proving one's own point rather than seeking truth. Vitanda, destructive debate, a debate that only refutes the opponent without providing an alternative explanation. He taught that only Vada, the search for truth, should be encouraged, while the other 2 forms should be avoided. 3. The 16 categories of logical inquiry, Padarthas. Nyaya philosophy classifies all philosophical discussions into 16 fundamental categories, including Praman, means of knowledge, how we gain knowledge. Prameya, objects of knowledge, what we seek to understand. Doubt, samsya, the role of skepticism in refining truth. Inference, anumana, logical reasoning to establish facts. Fallacies, hitvabhasa, errors in reasoning that lead to false conclusions. These categories laid the foundation for Indian law, philosophy, and structured argumentation. The wisdom of Rishi Gautama, stories and lessons. 1. The King's Dilemma, a lesson in logical reasoning. One day, a king sought Rishi Gautama's wisdom to settle a dispute between 2 merchants. Both claimed ownership of a treasure chest found buried under a banyan tree. One merchant said, "I dreamt about the treasure. The gods revealed it to me, which means it is destined to be mine." The other merchant said, "I have an ancient family record that describes this exact location as the place where my ancestors buried their wealth." Rishi Gautama asked, "Can dreams be considered valid proof in legal matters?" The king hesitated. Gautama explained, "Knowledge must be based on evidence and reasoning, not imagination. A written document, verified by records, holds more truth than a dream. The king ruled in favor of the merchant with the family records, demonstrating Nyaya's emphasis on reason, proof, and logical decision-making. The legacy of Rishi Gautama. Rishi Gautama's Nyaya philosophy influenced many aspects of Indian thought, including Indian logic and epistemology. His principles became the foundation for Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain logic. Law and ethics. The Nyaya method of reasoning was used in ancient Indian courts for legal decision-making. Science and rational inquiry. Nyaya's emphasis on cause-and-effect reasoning resembles the scientific method. His teachings inspired later philosophers, including Vatsyayana, Uddina, and Gangesha, who expanded Nyaya philosophy further. Even today, Indian law, philosophy, and structured argumentation are influenced by Rishi Gautama's teachings. Rishi Gautama's teachings remind us that truth must be verified through logic and reasoning, not assumptions or emotions. His philosophy teaches us, reason is the key to knowledge. Truth should be established through proof, not blind belief. Debate should seek wisdom, not just victory. Even in today's world, where misinformation and false claims spread easily, Nyaya philosophy serves as a guide for critical thinking and rational inquiry. In the pursuit of wisdom, logic is the bridge between ignorance and enlightenment. Truth is not what we believe, but what we prove through reason. Knowledge without logic is blindness, and logic without knowledge is emptiness. Rishi Gautama.